Good afternoon from my side. My name is Manfred Maierhofer. I'm the Regional Sales Director at Dell Product Division Cloud Client Computing, so 3C. I'm here together with my colleague Markus Jungwirth. Markus will guide you through the product presentation later on, and I will show you where we believe where this whole industry will go and where this whole market will go in the next couple of years, couple of months, what is important, what we believe what is important. So actually, cloud client computing means two things. First thing, probably you heard the name Wyse Technology before. Anybody? Okay. So Wyse Technology is one of the latest acquisitions that Dell did. So we are coming both from Wyse Technology, and this is one part of the solution now under the umbrella of cloud client computing. The second part of our solution is called DVS. Has anybody of you heard DVS before? I'm not surprised, since nobody represented it here so far. So DVS means desktop virtualization solutions. Okay, so these two departments of Dell are merging together under the umbrella of cloud client computing. And what we will start to do, and what you will see from us in the next couple of months, couple of years, we will start offering end-to-end solutions. End-to-end solutions based on different kind of back-end products. Based on VMware, based on Citrix, based on Microsoft, but also based on Quest, based on streaming solutions and things like that. So a lot end-to-end solutions that we will start to offer. And our partners like Atea will bundle their consulting services with it. So that is where we are going. Oops. So what we believe, what today organizations are looking for, or what your users are looking for. So the freedom to connect from wherever you are to any of your applications, to all your content, and to all these things around. And we can deliver, or we deliver the technology around that makes this possible. So the leading IT trends that we are seeing today, and of course all these new IT trends that we're seeing are also bringing a lot of challenges with it. So social, mobile, virtual, I see mobile user here, I'm sure there are more here, using their smart device to continue with your work. So mobile is a big trend. When you imagine last year, there was already sold more smart devices than standard PC notebooks. You can see where the journey will go. But how are you taking care in your environment of their security? How are you managing these kind of devices? What about availability, reliability, and all these things? What about cost? So all these things are very, very important with these new trends that we're seeing in the market right now. So what can we do for you? So cloud client computing can help. So we can improve the service delivery on one side. We can also help you to reduce your risks, to lose data. So Dell will also come with our own cloud services, Dell Cloud Services, so to reach a better redundancy, there will be possibilities to put parts of your environment into a Dell data center. There is also enhanced productivity, bring your own device. Some people say, bring your own disaster. But also these are answers that we have to, or questions that we have to answer today. And with the technologies that we can offer solutions in all these parts of the business. So what are we starting to do, or what we're already doing? So maybe one or the other has been in one of the presentations that we did here the last years, when we just talked about the part of the Sin and Zero clients and things like that. So that is where we're coming from. So one unit, for example, one of the Wyse desktops that I'm having here is one of our Sin client devices to connect to whatever backend solution you may have. VMware, Citrix, Microsoft, which is almost 99% of the market. To reduce costs, save electricity costs, save administration costs, and things like that. Also, what is important, on the right-hand side, you can see the mobile devices. So what do we have to do with the mobile devices? So we manufactured software to allow you from your iOS device, from your Android device, and also from your Windows device to access your virtual machines from wherever you are. It's a product called Pocket Cloud that allows you to access all these kind of backend solutions. Second thing, the choice of application delivery models. So for whatever you need, whatever you are trying to achieve, we can help you with the different technologies that we can offer to allow you the access to the data from anywhere, wherever you are, to your data, to build your own cloud environment, your private cloud, or also combine it with the Dell public cloud and build a hybrid cloud. So there is a lot of different things and possibilities that are available. Of course, we believe every organization can benefit from cloud client computing today. Any questions so far? Too slow, too fast? Unclear? Too much content? Okay. So what is very, very important when you think about a desktop virtualization project? Ask yourself and ask your users the following questions. So how do my users look like today? That is really critically important. When you know how your users look like, what kind of applications they are using, what are the peripherals that are attached, are they mobile? What means mobile in my company? Means mobile for a lot of notebook users means mobility. I go from my office to a meeting room, I'm a mobile user, I need a laptop. But really mobile users that are traveling around the world, need access to your data from everywhere. And then you will see, when you answer these 7 questions, so we say it's task workers, office workers, power workers, so AutoCAD for example, mobile workers, which peripherals, content, and which applications. And then you will see there is 5 different virtualization scenarios behind. 5 different virtualization scenarios that we can offer today. So, do you just want to virtualize your applications? So just to access to Office, to ERP, to SAP, CRM, whatever. Or do you really want to virtualize your whole desktop because you have users that need more power, that need a fast graphic card in the data center for AutoCAD users, for example. So all of this is possible with VDI today. So there are new graphic boards available to put it in your data center, to have more VDI users on one server, many more, that the calculation for 3D applications is done in the data center, and you just have one of these devices to display the content, and nothing else, but everything else is done in the data center. Or maybe the cloud PCs. Cloud PCs means you are streaming the OS and the applications on demand to endpoints, but you're executing everything in the device itself. So there's another possibility to run multiple operating systems on one device. For education, can be very, very interesting. Or shared services. I'll show you later on a video shared services, where we did a huge project in the Ministry of Education in Europe, where all primary schools are getting access to Windows 7 and to Office through shared services from Microsoft multi-point server. So very interesting product, especially for the education market. And of course, web is also getting more and more important, especially with HTML5. There is a lot more possible with just browser applications than it was ever before. So all these different solution models that I just described are the solution models that we are supporting today. And when I say we are supporting today, it means we can offer all of these solutions end-to-end. Data center, storage, network, software licenses, endpoints, monitors, everything. So I think from a solution stack of view, there is not any other competitor in the market today that can offer such a solution today out of one hand. Bundled with different kind of services that we can offer, services Atea can offer, to make your virtual world like you want it. Okay? So data center solutions. I talked about networking, storage, server, but also the Dell Cloud comes in this picture now. So that is also services that we will start to offer. Desktop as a service solutions. End-to-end from the data center to the front end, 49 euros a month per user per desktop, including everything. So no more headache for you and your business, and end-to-end solutions out of the data center that we can offer today. Okay? So 4 parts that are very important here is, and all of these 4 parts is our own products. Okay? Security. So the most secure operating system in the thin client space that is available in the market today. It's an operating system called Wyse OS, now Dell Wyse OS. Very, very small footprint. So the whole operating system, including all the protocols to connect to VMware, Citrix, Microsoft, it's only 5 megabytes. Nothing more. It's a real thin client, as thin as possible. We believe as thinner it is, as better it is for you in terms of cost, in terms of manageability, security, and so on. We also having access to the source codes of ICA, RDP, PCIe. So for all the 3 major vendors in the market, and for all of these, we are offering solutions based on all our client products. And we develop the ICA, RDP, PCIe client further and integrate it also in our Wyse OS. So how do we do it? We just take 95% of the functionality that maybe 99% of the users need, and that reduces the client tremendous. That is why we can make it so small. Third thing, management software. Of course you want to manage all these devices. And when we talked about the thin OS, a new product that we have in the market now is called Cloud Client Manager. Has anybody of you heard Cloud Client Manager before? No one? Okay. So with the Cloud Client Manager, you can manage our thin client devices. It is a solution that comes out of our cloud. So it is a cloud offering that we have. But cloud offering in this sentence means when you have a thin OS device and you have a valid maintenance agreement, it is free of charge for you. So you can just enable it, and you have your management software managed in our data center, but managing your devices. On top of that, we are not stopping with just our devices, but I mentioned before, also the mobile devices. Okay? So with this software, with the Cloud Client Manager, you can also access your other access devices, iOS, Android, Windows mobile devices. So you can manage these kind of devices as well. So one platform to manage Dell Wyse Syn and Zero clients, and to manage iOS and Android devices and Windows mobile devices in the future. Third thing, provisioning software to provision OS and applications. That is also our own software. It's called the Dell Wyse Streaming Manager, to stream all kind of Windows operating systems to endpoints. Okay? So the different selection that we have today in a term of endpoints and the offering that we have starts with the Syn and Zero clients, the cloud PCs, and the cloud PC could be a Syn client without any kind of mass storage, or it could be a fast Dell workstation if you have to integrate an AutoCAD user there. PCs, of course, mobile and Syn and Zero clients, and the smartphones and tablets. So you will also see the first Dell XPS product shortly, included with our Pocket Cloud running on Windows 8 to access your virtual environment and your virtual world. Okay? So the services that we can offer together with our partners, together with Atea, starts of course with consulting services to help you to understand which virtualization scenario could be beneficial for you. Which virtualization scenario would help you to cut your costs, but also make it better available with less downtimes and things like that. The second thing, implementation, together with our partner Atea, to implement the whole project within your environment. Third thing, browser support that comes from Dell 24/7, 365 days a year. And, of course, management to manage all this kind of stuff. Okay? So far from my side. Before my colleague will continue, I want to show you one of our reference videos from one of the projects that we did in the Republic of Serbia. Oops.
Ministry of Telecommunications and Information Society is responsible for the Information Society development, and we recognized the importance of education and using computers in education. Most schools didn't have any computers that are accessible to the students. We recognized it and decided to improve the situation in this area. We were focused on primary schools, and we decided to equip each primary school in the Serbia, that's about 3,000 primary schools, with computer equipment. About 1,600 schools are equipped with computer labs. We've started to consider a multi-seat solution, since we need a solution that fits in budget, that is discreet, and that is energy efficient. Two most important requirements were the spare USB ports and sound support. 30,000 Wyse Zero clients are now installed in classrooms all around the Serbia.
Teachers should do what they do best, teach to as many students as possible. This requires a centrally manageable infrastructure. On the other hand, we have the students who are the most demanding users, who require the most demanding applications. And therefore they need to have very simple, easy to manage, robust, energy efficient end devices. Like in many other countries in Serbia, the challenge was to get as many students in front of computing technology as possible in order to give them access to the latest learning technology. We've been able to roll out almost 30,000 Dell Wyse E010 clients in 1,600 primary schools across Serbia using Microsoft multi-point server technology to get the students the best user experience and provide teachers an infrastructure which is easy to manage.
The access to ICT is very important for students because they can acquire a larger amount of knowledge than the traditional way of learning.
Dell Wyse really helped us in the sense that we can follow what every student is doing at any time from our work seat. Students can also do individual tests, and in the event that students don't follow the rules, for example, if they stray from the task at hand, I can block them to prevent the lesson from going in the wrong direction.
The benefit of using Dell Wyse devices is that it makes it easy for us to form computer networks. The administration of networks is easily done, and the dimensions of the device are very small, so it doesn't occupy a lot of space. These technologies are very useful in our work. They enable us to work with students either on joint projects, or the teaching can be individualized, so the students can gain more knowledge.
We can get more information and faster than we can get it in a normal class or from a book, which makes what we're learning more interesting.
I can create presentations, learn easier, see pictures, make things by myself.
Computer labs are traditionally under control of teachers that teach informatics. But more and more teachers that are not teaching informatics but teaching different subjects use computers. So for daily activities, like opening your account for a student, like monitoring students during the class, it's much easier for the teacher, especially because it is standardized now. Students are happy to be able to use computers. Students like to use computers and like these lessons in computer labs. So more students now are able to have computer labs in their schools.
So you saw a perfect example about the browser application running on a thin client, by the way. It's not a PC that I'm using here. So you saw how good the quality is with also the thin client products today, which is just using a local browser to get access to YouTube. And that is the device that the people are using down there. I'll give it to you to take it around. And the next unit that you will see from us, June, July time frame, is a new device that we developed that is called the Project Ophelia. Project Ophelia means the whole thin client device in a HDMI stick to connect to whatever kind of cloud services from wherever device you are. Just connect the wireless, Bluetooth keyboard, the operating system and everything is inside here. That is the next generation of thin and zero clients that you will see. And since we consume less than 5 watts, it will take the power just out of the HDMI port. So no more power supply necessary. Okay, so far from my side, Markus will guide you through the product part of our presentation now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Manfred. So I'm glad to give you a closer look on our products, what we are offering, and especially our core products. Manfred explained to you already, we are coming originally from Wyse, and Wyse is still, even under the Dell umbrella, the market leader worldwide with thin clients, always competing with HP, head race on a quarterly basis. But Wyse is coming with more than 30 years experience in the thin client area. So being the market leader has to do with a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience, a lot of technology understanding, listening what the customers are looking for, and this was always affecting our product management, how the products are developed, designed, the functionalities which are in. And I want to give you just a closer look at why we are separating in different areas, of why we are talking about thin clients and zero clients and cloud PCs. What's all behind of this, to give you a better understanding of what we're offering. This is what Manfred mentioned. Where we are coming from is this blue area in the top, zero clients, cloud PCs, and all these things. And now with the acquisition of Wyse through Dell, we have the possibility not only to offer you these blue things on the top of the slide, we can offer you the whole stack, and this is our approach. And this is why you will not see at the first time when you're looking at Dell, you will not find the first thing is the name Wyse. It is on the products. Yes, it is existing. As you can see here, it is on the products. But our vision is now to follow cloud client computing. And this means to offer you the whole stack. Beginning from the servers, storages, virtualization layers you need, management you need to have, different presentation layers, all the things. So we are thinking, and to be honest, coming from thin client business, we are used to ask customers, what are you looking for? What is your intention? What do you want to virtualize? What are your users look like? Task workers, mobile workers, what Manfred mentioned. So we are used to ask these kind of questions, but now we have a much more bigger portfolio in the back, we as Wyse, because we can sell server storage and the whole infrastructure, a whole end-to-end solution, not only the endpoint. This is our approach now. But let's have a closer look to the client itself and why we are separating between zero clients and thin clients. Who of you is already using Wyse products and Wyse devices? Who is an existing customer? Just one? Okay. Two? Thank you.
It's a lot of potential.
Obviously, a lot of potential here. So let's start with the zero clients. We are offering here two different devices or two different areas. One of them are optimized for Citrix environments. So we have also here today Citrix talking here, 5 and Key. And these devices are developed together with Citrix. This is the reason why there is Xen in the name, because Citrix, as you know, maybe is talking about Xen app, Xen desktop, and all the things. And that's the reason why these products are named Xenis. Xenis 2 and Xenis Pro. The Pro is just a bit more performance from a graphic point of view, CPU point of view. It is just higher performance from the hardware point of view. But these products are optimized for Xen desktop environments. So when you're using Xen desktops, you are looking for virtualizing your whole desktop infrastructure, or maybe a part of it. And these products are mostly out of the box, ready to run. You don't need to configure anything, you don't need to implement anything, roll out, manage, nothing. You just plug it on. Because these things are optimized, immediately Xen is looking for the Xen desktop environment, for the connection broker. Where is my Xen desktop server? I have a user in front of me, he's typing in his credentials, and I need to get his desktop. Where is my Xen desktop? Where is my connection broker? So this is immediately finding all these informations, what's behind the Citrix environment are coming through the network to this client. So with the IP address this client is getting during his booting, all this information are coming through this couple of seconds. Where is my Citrix environment? So up and running in just seconds. These kind of devices are booting up in less than 6 seconds. So this is more or less an instant on feeling. You're pressing the button, 5 seconds, 6 seconds, you get your log on screen. It's done. So similar to what we are offering with Citrix, or for Citrix, is our P25 and P45. These are optimized products for VMware View environment. I guess you agree with me that Microsoft, Citrix, and VMware, these are the players in the market when we are talking about virtualization and in general of servers and also for desktops. And these are optimized for view usage. So they have implemented from hardware point of view the protocol PC over IP. PC over IP, you might know, is coming from a company named Teradici. So this is not our own product, our own protocol. This is also not VMware's protocol. This is under the umbrella of Teradici. Teradici was developing this PC over IP protocol. And I guess more than 90% of View installations are not using RDP, they're using PC over IP because of much more better performance, multimedia functionality, and all these things. These kind of devices, Wyse was, by the way, the first on the market who was talking about zero clients. It is more than 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And the people on the market were complaining, they are not zero. You are lying, you're blending us. They're not zero. There is a software on it. Yes, there is a software on it, because zero does not mean zero software. Imagine there were definitely absolutely zero software on these devices. So think about maybe your coffee machine at home, espresso machine, where if you want an espresso or cappuccino, you're just pressing a button. So imagine there is absolutely no software behind. What is happening when you're pressing the cappuccino button? Nothing. So when you're going to a washing machine and washing your clothes, so you ask, okay, 40 degrees, 30 degrees, 90 degrees, without any software in the back, nothing will happen when you're pressing the buttons or when you try to switch on the machine. But the same thing here. There is a small software footprint on it, definitely. We need some software stack, protocol stack, to get a connection to the backend infrastructure, definitely. Zero means zero management. You don't need a management software, management, whatever it is, interface to manage these devices. All what they need is coming through the network during the moment when these devices are booting up. Nothing else. You don't need to configure keyboards, languages, and display resolutions, color depths, whatever it is. It all comes over the network. Zero management. And this is different to the next thing is, what you're offering is thin clients. One of them is, the X class is in front of you, of a mobile thin client. So what is the difference between a zero and a thin client? A thin client is always coming with one of these operating systems. So we have 3 categories we are offering. We are offering our own operating system, Wyse ThinOS. We are offering 2 Linux devices, SUSE and Ubuntu. And the third thing is, and definitely Microsoft, Windows Embedded. So these 3 categories of operating system we are offering. And all these devices, some of them you find a bit grayed out, because these devices may be exchanged by the T, D, and Z class devices. So this is actually the whole portfolio, but the grayed out ones will not say has an end, but they are going more and more out, maybe later this year. So what is the difference and what is our potential behind these all operating systems? And this has to do with a couple of things I want to show you on the flip chart here. So as I mentioned, the first operating system we're offering is ThinOS. Yes, good. So then we're offering Linux, and we are offering a Windows Embedded standard. When you have listened carefully to what Manfred was talking to you, you already know about the size of the operating system, how large the operating system is, how large is an image of ThinOS. Can you remember what Manfred mentioned? 5. Yeah. It is 4 to 5 megabytes. So regardless, if you're talking about Dell Wyse Linux-based or anybody else, our competitors offering also Linux-based thin clients, what is the average size of a Linux operating system on a thin client? Any ideas? So coming from 4 to 5 megabytes must be more a Linux, offering your Linux. Any ideas? Okay, I will have to. Average is about 50 megabytes and up. It depends on which division or which version you're using, SUSE, Ubuntu, whatever it is. So, but it is almost 50 megabytes. So when we are talking about a Windows Embedded standard thin client, any ideas how big this operating system is, this image is?
At least 500.
Who's offering more?
200.
More. Not more, not less, more than 500.
1 gigabyte.
It is at least. It is almost starting at 1 gigabyte around. It is 1.5 or can be more. because people are using Windows Embedded Standard because they are installing locally some applications. So the total image is maybe bigger than the original one which is coming out of our factory. So, and this has different effects here. Imagine booting up a device. So when you have to boot a device which has just 4 to 5 megabytes on an image, you can imagine, compared to the other guys, how fast it is. It is, the second line boots in less than 10 seconds. So this is nice from one point of view. This is nice compared to Linux or Windows, which can maybe take a couple of minutes instead of 10 seconds. This is nice, but this is not the only key selling point we are having, the only benefit we're having. This has also to do with management. So when you're getting an update for your clients, software is installed on, imagine all your desktops, all your thin clients are not in one building, maybe different locations, and you have to make over the network, over WAN connections, an update. It's much more easier to update just a few megabytes instead of gigabytes. I guess it's understandable. So what is very important is, Manfred already mentioned this, RDP and the clients we have embedded from Microsoft and from Citrix are based on source code of these both companies. Dell Wyse is the only company who has access to this source code. All the other same client vendors have to work with an SDK, software development kit. And they have, in some cases, to re-engineer the RDP, the HDX functionalities for their devices. Dell Wyse is the only vendor who can offer a non-Windows operating system, non-Windows, with the same functionality as a Windows device. So in many cases, we are getting questions or requests, I need a Windows-based thin client, can you send me some demo devices? And we are starting then asking questions. What do you want to do? What are you looking for? What do your users need? And then, I promise you, in 80% of the cases, you don't need Windows embedded. So we love to sell these devices, don't get me wrong. You're making a lot of revenue on Windows embedded standard devices, don't get me wrong. But in many cases, the customer don't need a Windows operating system on a thin client. It has also to do with security, virus scanning and all these things. So this is more or less also a Windows operating system where you have to look after. There are no viruses existing, no malware existing for SynOS. So very, very secure, very, very robust, our own SynOS device. This just shows you the hardware devices we're offering. Please don't look for any logic behind all these letters we are using here. There is no logic behind. This just gives you an idea. The operating systems we're offering and the devices we're offering, this combination gives a product name. A T10, for example, is a T device with FinOS on it. And Z90, for example, is a Z device with Windows embedded on it. It's just this combination of a letter and a number gives you the product name. This is just an overview. You can forget about for a second. With the Dell acquisition now, we are able to offer you on the same offer, where we are offering the same clients, the displays of Dell. Dell has hundreds of monitors and displays, but just a few of them are on the list for selling Wyse devices as well. So because we have to look after which monitor is fitting with which hardware device is best. It doesn't make sense when you're connecting maybe to the T class, C class, which means low entry hardware devices. You want to connect a 30-inch monitor, which is up to 2,500 resolutions and all, because this device is not delivering this kind of resolution. So you have to look after what makes best sense, price and performance. So these are just recommendations. So we can offer you a complete desktop device here. So we are moving forward to being more precise in what we are offering as a cloud client computing business unit here at Dell, is desktop virtualization solutions portfolio, DVS portfolio. Then this is divided in 4 offerings. It is DVS Simplified and DVS Enterprise. What's the difference? Simplified means that you can buy a bundle. This means a server, it's a standard Dell server with storage on it. Storage is not separated, it's included, hard drives. VDI in a box licenses from these guys, Citrix. SIM clients from Wyse, and the support, to get the support for this bundle. This is starting for a couple of users, 20 users, 30 users, 50 users, up to 5,000 users. This is a bundle, a fixed bundle, perfect for blueprint assessment tests, proof of concepts, for smaller departments, perfect solution. You cannot change a lot of things. Changing the configuration is you're moving to the right side, Enterprise, DVS Enterprise. So you can customize your environment. You can also, let's say, connect existing storage components, existing network components, because this is Enterprise is always a customized solution. So these are the things you can buy from Dell. But you can also use them as a service. This is what Manfred mentioned. Desktop as a service, simplified, and desktop as a service for enterprise. Even if you're a private person, as a private customer, you can rent a desktop as a service for a couple of euros a month, if you want. Or if you have a small department, which is just running a project for a couple of weeks or months, and you don't want to spend money for a new infrastructure. So you can use this as a service. Hosted in UK, as long as this is not a problem, that you are connecting with UK data centers, this can be a solution. And the same thing is for enterprises, that the whole infrastructure from an end customer can be hosted at Dell as a service. This is where we are moving forward, we as, let's say, original Wyse employees. Just can encourage you, talk to Atea and talk to us on the booth, what we can offer for you. And hope this was a bit helpful for you to get a closer look at what we're offering and where we are going to. We're not disappearing inside the Dell organization. We have a clear message now. We don't have to just focus only on the same clients. We have to ask you from end to end. And we want to service you from end to end. And hopefully you got an idea what we can do for you. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for listening. And looking forward to